All right. So as you can see, this is not the LT. We just got the LT sitting over there. Isaac is supposed to come in tomorrow. And we're gonna pull the motor, the swing arm, rear linkage, all that fun stuff, radiator. So I figured we'd get old jump start on the P-Dub. So I gotta get this thing pulled down to the frame. It's got some, well, it's loose now, but the throttle's a little jacked up, so we might have to run new cables and stuff on it. New tank, new seat, new plastics, new graphics, all that kind of fun stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get on with that, because my son has been bothering me to ride. So I guess let's jump into it. Get the old P-Dub done. So P-Dubs they're a pretty great beginner bike. I'm a little lost as to what to do with my kid though. He's a little too short to move up to a KTM, but he's a little, I mean, he out rides this bike quite a bit, which makes it difficult to make a decision as to what to do. I don't know if anyone else has been kind of in that situation with their kid, but I'm interested to hear what you would what you did. You know, it is definitely a interesting problem, I guess. What do you want, Scott? This is Scott, just in case you guys didn't know. Run, Scott, run.
Dude, you ain't recording me, are you?
Yeah. What do you think I'm doing back here? Just fucking around? See the little red light? The little red light means they all saw you old man run. Yeah.
That's you edited me out of that, so.
Yeah, I gotta rebuild.
Where was this at?
Right under there. I gotta rebuild Austin's little PW. I got new tank, seat, plastics, front fender. Got all that fun stuff. This is his race bike. I'm gonna send the frame out to get powder coated, and then he's getting white plastic with 1990s YZ graphics. So she's pretty stout. He beats the crap out of this thing.
What is it? I mean, you got.
It's a 50cc two-stroke. It's called a Yamaha PW.
What is this, like a belt-driven
Shaft.
I mean, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
So it's kind of, so it comes off of here, and then back here is like a ring and pinion that goes to the rear wheel.
So it's just gas.
Oh yeah. So it's his favorite toy. Just a bar pad. Yeah. He eats it quite a bit. So.
It's pretty slick. Little shocks and shit.
Oh yeah.
Little pipes. I didn't see it, man. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, I stuck it under there, so there was a little bit more room.
How did you start it up?
With the Kickstarter over here.
Oh, I didn't see it. God damn. Little Kickstarter. That's how he has to ride it like that?
Yeah. Yeah, we just push it in so that he doesn't get his heel caught on it, like when he's leaning back or whatever. I think his feet are too small too anyway, but just in case.
It's pretty cool.
I have it all loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this right here?
Oil, because it's a two-stroke, it has to have oil in it to run. Oil in the gas. So what that does
is a mixture like the weed whip.
No, so this is actually oil injection. So it'll go through, and it gets injected into the carburetor at the perfect amount for where he's at on the throttle. So instead of mixing gas, I just fill that up and fill the fuel tank with regular fuel and, well, race gas, but
yeah.
And then we let them rip.
All right.
So we'll see. This is he picked it up in July of last year, so we'll see how he does overall. Next year he's gonna race for points on it. So
What's wrong with this seat?
well, besides the holes, and it doesn't match the new body and new plastics. So
I see you put tape next out, just sort of.
yeah, no. So he raced a couple faircross races, which are just races like at the fair, and he needed a number. Well, we couldn't come up with a number, so I ended up just sticking 3 X's on his thing so that they could tell who he was for scoring and stuff.
Yeah.
So
You carried that? You too heavy for that?
I'll ride it.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't gonna go too fast because it's too
No,
heavy.
well, it's not going to go fast anyway. It's just
Right.
a tiny little 50. It's a beginner's bike, but yeah, I mean, theoretically, you could ride it. I've ridden it a couple times, but
Get your old kid together. So,
oh yeah,
you're a good father, man. I'm out the loop. My motherfucking kids are grown.
oh yeah.
And I never.
This is all they want to do: race dirt bikes and 4-wheelers. So
I know this don't have no headlight because I see wires.
that's the front fender. No headlights. It's a race bike, so don't need a headlight.
What's top speed for his little ass?
Oh, I have no idea.
10 miles.
Oh no, way faster than that.
This?
Oh yeah, he probably does 20, 25 when he's getting going. So he rips pretty good. don't know what to do with this thing. I don't know if I should put the newer 2017 and newer suspension on it, where it supposedly has a little better fork and rear shocks on it. I don't know. I don't know how long he's gonna hang into it. You know, makes it difficult. He wants to get a bigger bike. Like I said, he's a little short. You know, not that he's afraid to wreck. I've redone bars on this thing a bunch of times at this point, but he's I feel like he's ready. He feels like he's ready. It's just one of them things. Like, what do you do? This thing ain't gonna stay up here. So that's my conundrum this year. Can't ever win, man. Looks like the fuel line hardened up, cracked. Let's see if I can get this. So this is a new, making a mess. New fuel line. It actually hardened, shrunk. I don't know. Piece of crap. But I'll get something figured out, I guess. That's what we do, right? Would shit ever work right? Let's see if we can get this tank off. So we actually, give me 1 second. Don't want to lose my audio connection. Okay. So what did I go get? So I talked to a fella named Seth Linscott. He sent me, well, he gave me some Whamco stuff. This frame's a little grubby, you know, we'll get it cleaned up. Got some oil, the head's a little dirty, as you can see. Just dirt bike stuff, you know. So I am going to see how this stuff works on the old P-Dub. If I can get this stupid thing to stay. We'll see if that works. Ooh. It works as advertised.
This is my fault. I know that was my fault. You pick that.
So it looks like it works out pretty well. I mean, that was, I mean, look at my cloth. That's, I dig it. Hey, if it works, it ain't stupid, right? I'm interested to try some of his other products. I got like a cleaner and what else? So I got the citrus cleaner, some brake cleaner, some shiner, like almost like a SC1 style, and then there's something else I have to take a look at, but. I guess let's get these bars off now, huh? Find a place to attach this little guy. Let's see if we can get it up here again. I need an extension, but where's the... They're big boys. Is there no fucking I see it quite a bit. I'm a member of a couple groups on the old Book of Faces for P-dubs. What should I do? Just bought a P-dub. Well, first thing that at least we figured out, I'm not a P-dub expert. That was random as hell. I'm not a P-dub expert by any means. But my kid rides a lot. Is bars. Stock P-dub bars are disgusting. I don't think they're very comfortable at all. So we ended up going with the ODI minis, and so far so good. The nice thing about the ODI minis is they'll still run stock lever, stock throttle, housing, and stuff like that, which is really nice, especially if you happen to have a kid like mine that will send it on absolutely everything. So that's I really like that. Run stock levers. The bar bend is actually, he's only 5, so it's not like he's tried out a bunch of bar bends, but he says that he absolutely loves it more than the stock bars. That is actually one of his biggest fears, I guess, is wrecking and bending these ODI bars to where he has to go back to a stock bar. And I don't blame him. When you finally find a set of bars you like, you stick with them, am I right? That's I'm a really big fan of Flex 14s, and I don't see myself changing anytime soon. He's a fan of these. I think they're almost just by looks. I don't know. I could probably call Johnny Jump right now and ask, but he loves these. They almost look like a CR bend style bar. He said it just makes it more comfortable. Foot pegs, another big one. We're running the CycleWorks foot pegs right now. Those stock foot pegs are horrible. He would get even just a little bit of moisture inside, and he would just slip around everywhere. If you have been around a P-dub, then you know it is literally just a piece of rubber on top of a chunk of square tubing that is turned almost like a 90 degrees to make like a diamond style foot peg, and they are disgusting. Not a good disgusting. So a good set of foot pegs. Like I said, we're running the CastleWorks right now. My boy likes them a lot more than stock, so that's just kind of what we've stuck with. We haven't ran into anything with them that I can complain about. The fella that runs CastleWorks seems like a really solid fella. He's got a lot of cool parts. I think he does a lot of like Loretta's P-dubs and stuff like that, so he's definitely very familiar with it all. So these are the bars. They're just ODI minis, the pegs, and then another thing a lot of guys overlook is neck bearings. So the P-dub neck bearings, these guys right here, are horrible. Definitely recommend upgrading those. I am running the PAX style, PAX. I don't know if you can see that in there, PAX Racing, PAX. And they're actually very close to, There's a little better view of the, if I can get that cable out of the way. Yep, PAX Racing. They are very, very similar to my mountain bike neck bearings, which is kind of funny. At least I think so. But the stock ones, what they do is this race here and the one that I showed earlier, they are just a very thin cup, stamped steel, stamped tin, I think. I don't even know if they're steel. But what happens is those will actually loosen up as your kid gets faster, starts bumping into stuff or jumping. They'll loosen up, and then because it's just it's not like a roller bearing of any type, they end up wallowing out the frame. So they'll move, not necessarily this way a lot, but because of the way the camera is, they'll move front and back a lot. And what that does is it egg shapes the neck. Once that happens, that's all she wrote, buddy. Might as well throw that frame away. Another big thing that I see is they will actually break along this backbone here. So a lot of guys will gusset them. They'll put almost like a piece of U-channel over it, get that all figured out. So that's another one, especially if your kid starts jumping and stuff like that. Makes a pretty big difference. What else? The suspension upgrades. Like I said, I think my kid's gonna go to a Mini 50 up from the PW. Tell him to ring it again, just because. Fucking truck drivers. But yeah, that's I'm not gonna take this apart quite yet because I'm not ready to have it. I don't want it to be all wobbly, you know. While I gotta get the motor out, swing arm off, which I am fairly certain exhaust, cables, electrical disconnects. I can take the rear suspension bolts out at the top, and it looks like this bolt here, I might be able to just drop the motor straight out of the frame, which would be an ideal situation. With my luck, that'll never happen, but we'll see. This does have a let's get that off. Look at that, one step closer. This does have a newer coil on it. I've had a lot of problems with this piece in particular. This one here, coming loose, because the seat sits right there, and that's right where my kid's butt usually is. So him bouncing around on it, looks like it puts pressure on it, and it'll loosen it up. Take some needle nose, clamp her down tight again. But I actually had where it was arcing out, which is not an ideal situation by anyone's standards. So